The UK is an absolute joke, and I'm going to give my reasons why. This man here, Count Dankula, his real name's Marcus Meekin, has been dragged to the court 7 times over the past 2 years for a video of his dog raising his paw to a certain phrase said by a Second World War dictator, shall we say, the crazy nut with the moustache. And because of this somehow warrants this man going to jail for, well, at least 2 months anyway. It could be longer. I'm not entirely sure. Meanwhile, this country has 23,000 potential terrorists roaming around, according to our security services, that they don't really seem to be doing much about it. Not only that, a while back the police was saying that they're going to, well, crimes like burglaries and such will be less of a priority, meaning that they won't treat it as seriously because they've got too much to handle. So you've got too much to handle, yet you've got the time and the money to drag this man to the court for nothing. He didn't do anything. He didn't hurt anyone. He caused no harm or loss to anyone. Now, while I'm on that note, bearing in mind in this country, we're not allowed to own anything, even in our own home, for the purpose of self-defence. So think about that for a second. I'd like to mention terrorism some more. The police and the Home Office in this country are constantly preaching on about how we should report anything that is suspicious of, that there could potentially be evidence pointing towards a terrorist attack that's likely to happen. They've got this little phrase, action, counter terrorism. Yet most of the terrorists in the UK and the rest of Europe, actually, they were already known to the security services, yet nothing was done. I mean, they're on the radar. They've even been stopped, yet they were still able to continue on about their day, and then later, say a week later, were able to commit their act of terror with illegal firearms, I might add. And if they weren't illegal firearms, then they were using vehicles. That this country is an absolute joke. I also saw recently that there is now calls to ban zombie crossbows. So what's a crossbow? What's a zombie crossbow? A zombie crossbow is literally just a crossbow that's usually painted green, and then it's got something written on it like Skull Crusher or Head Splitter or something like that. That's it. It's literally just any other crossbow with words like that written on it. Now, that is a bit insane, don't you think? You see, you can legally own a crossbow, but what this law would do, if this becomes law, is if you have a crossbow with those words, it'll then be a criminal offence, and you will be expected to hand them in. Now, as ridiculous as this sounds, this will be passed, and it's not even a proposed law yet. The reason I know this is because they did that with zombie knives. It's just a knife, but it's got the word zombie, skull crusher, head splitter, anything like that. It's just a fantasy knife, really. Not only that, but in this country, there's been so many, grooming gangs that, well, groups of men gang raping thousands of young girls. But yet this is somehow more important. Taking away a man's freedom is somehow more important than dealing with grooming gangs and terrorists and burglars. This country is a joke. This is absolutely ridiculous. We've got absolutely no free speech. We've got very little right to self-defence. I argue none. But it's perfectly fine to drag a man to the courts for a few words. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right, that's all I've got to say on the matter. Thank you for watching.